Because had I done that, this whole problem for the last 2 years would never have happened. And I am very sorry I got to that point. But it did happen, and we need to move forward. But I've had so many times in my 4 years as the council, and now even in my 2.5, 3 months as the mayor, that I keep running up against the things that Leon has done. The fact that he sat and lied to me, and the more I challenged him and tried to make him accountable.
Mayor, I take offense. You have repeatedly said Leon lies. You have not produced a single instance of Mr. Bachman lying. You keep throwing that phrase around this evening, and you've not produced anything. And
That's because he's going to deny. Okay, small detail. He denied knowing Mike. Never met him, never played golf with, maybe once you played golf.
I don't.
You deny you even know him.
No. I don't deny that I know him. I know Leon, but we don't run around. We don't play golf. We don't do any of that stuff. I don't go hunting with him.
And he
Period.
never offered you the job as the
No,
general
he
manager.
did not.
And you never even mentioned that to the people.
You know something?
Is that an
This
issue anyway?
isn't about me, Bonnie. This is not about me. This is about Leon.
And Bonnie.
And
Okay,
me,
Leon
you're
and
making a
Bonnie.
big
Right?
issue
Well,
about
you're the one
me.
that brought it up.
But
Yes,
now
I
we
did.
have now we've switched this thing around to all the good things you've done, and you probably have done a lot of good things. Me, I was a taker all of my life. I worked out of town. I didn't do. I never.
It's not
participated
about
in
you
anything.
tonight either, then, Mike.
It's not. But that's
So-
why I ran for this, because now I can. But Bonnie, this isn't about you're. I don't know. We have to be careful, but this is about Leon and that board. And I guess I get the chance to talk again. I would like to know. Nobody has really. I haven't heard a single name of who is against Leon. I haven't. And I'll tell you
You
what.
keep bringing mine up, so I guess you've heard a single name.
Okay,
Okay.
you. But I talked to, I had 2 people from Light and Power call me, and they aren't unhappy. They're unhappy for other reasons, and it's not Leon. And it's beyond the scope of this. But I guess what I would like is if we're gonna run around saying that people tell me this, people tell me that, there's a list. There's a list of very predominant, very respectable businessmen that have said it is not right to get rid of Leon. And I don't know what more. We're going to answer
Who's the
some
2
hard
people
questions.
for the light plant?
What?
Who's the 2 people?
That I won't say.
Well-
Because, no, I will not say their names because I don't think that I should put them in that position.
Which is exactly why I have
Okay,
not
those
brought
are the
up
only 2.
anybody's
Okay, so
names
cross those
that I've
2
gotten
off.
these information from.
Cross those 2 off, but take
But
that
I
list
also
and you can
have
call
seen
them.
it with my own eyes at the board meetings. I've watched how
know.
he's treated people with lack of respect. And yes, whether you want to believe it or not, he said, she said, when we had our meeting one-on-one, he lied to me more than once.
I think we
And
better
I kept
stop
pushing
going
him
down
to
that
get the
trail.
questions answered, to make him accountable for what he was telling me, and he got up and left.
And what's wrong with that? I've left meetings before. I've seen senior vice presidents at Deere and Company leave meetings.
It keeps coming back to you, Mike.
None of us seem, it's not coming back to me, but none of us seem to understand that that's a business. We come from backgrounds where when things happen like this, we all get upset and it's a big pity party for things. This is business, and that's how they're trying to treat that. Okay, but I can tell you, I have seen important people walk out of meetings. Sometimes it's better than if you just, the things that can happen if you stay. Sometimes it's better to leave.
And he is one of 5, and a lot of times makes it out as if he's the only one.
Ryan seems to do that. So,
Well,
if you want
Mike,
to.
we don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're not making names.
Well, but sometimes I think bringing names up does
Mike,
help.
we forgot to ask.
John, did you
about
want
the
to talk?
audience.
I did want to comment.
Would you come
because
forward?
my name is on
Come
that.
forward, please.
I got a call
Mike tonight, and I think you guys probably know that I don't sit out here in these council meetings. It's just not my thing. And I'm not here to support Leon, and I'm not here to throw him under the bus. My interest tonight is the integrity of our city government. And Bob brought that up and made it very clear. And that's my point. And when Mike called, I think that if you're going to start doing witch hunts, doesn't matter who they are, it's not a good thing.
No.
It could be me. But the integrity of our city government tonight, you guys are gonna decide what path that takes. That's all I've got to say.
I totally agree with you. And the fact is, from what I've learned from my questioning and talking to people, the integrity of this city needs to have Leon off that board so we can move forward, because it is totally unfunctional at this point. And the employees, the only thing they want to do is be allowed to do their job and not have somebody coming in micromanaging them and not getting caught in the middle of the meetings that do not work out. Don was there for the last meeting on that Friday and how that functioned. I guess I could bring you my minister, because he was there too, and he knows Leon and runs with him and was totally in shock of how that meeting went. Leon obviously thought there was going to be a problem because he requested the police chief to be there, and again, did not share that with any one of the other, especially not the chairman, that he had asked the police chief to be there because he thought there was going to be a problem. Those are the type of things I keep seeing. And then in the past, the things that I saw when I was a city council member of things that Leon did and did on his own and didn't care how it affected other people, and the accusations he made that were unfounded, the risk of losing another good, talented person with Jonathan at the airport. Every time, as I've been trying to be very positive, as I promised the people of this town I would do when I ran for office, every time I always said the glass is half full. If there's if something happens, it's a bump in the road and we'll smooth it out. But every time I've run into a bump, at the bottom of that bump has been Leon Bachman. I don't see it getting any better. No, it's, yes, it is a city thing. These are all things happening in the city. These are all problems we've dealt with, things that we've had to deal with in the city to make this city move forward.
Might I say,
And I am
though,
seeing all those things. And
I'd like to ask a question to Linda and Jerry. You guys, she has just made some statements that the board is operating dysfunctionally since Leon is there. Do you see any of that happening down there?
Nope.
Is it running?
Communication between board members, we talk.
Yeah.
Brian is the one that does.
I wonder where she got that idea.
how many times have you voted against Leon?
Look it up, it's in the records.
Okay. Do you not know? Have a general idea?
I would say about two or three times I didn't agree with what he did. Because usually I'll come up with an idea and I says, you wanna run it through the board? I'll go up and put it on the board and see what happens.
But you see no problems with Leon being on. He's not disrupting the meetings and any of this sort of thing, right?
Were you there last Friday?
What's wrong with last night? Did you see Brian yelling at me? Where were you?
I was sitting there.
Did you see him right in my face, ask me, Jerry, what's going on? Did you?
Okay.
That's what I put up
Okay,
with.
I think we've been going on since
apparently you weren't paying
6:30,
attention
long
there,
enough.
Bonnie.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I just wasn't taking notes.
one thing I would
I-
comment here, though, is that this is not the airport issue. And I was on the other side of that whole situation. I do not see I don't want any connection on this vote tonight on what happened at the airport. That was a private citizen. I didn't agree with what went on, and I took measures to make sure some things didn't happen. But that should not be connected to the job that's going on at the light plant.
The connection is the way of treating people, how honest somebody is, things like that. That's the only connection that there is how you treat other people and whether you tell the truth and don't make false accusations that can cause somebody damage or their reputation or anything else. But I do think we've gone on long enough. I think everybody's had an opportunity to speak. John, did you want to say something? The only one sitting back there that hasn't had?
Well, the only reason I wanted to even come and see this was, I know Leon, he's been a customer of mine, but we don't hang out together or anything, we don't play golf or anything else. But I hate to see something like this start happening. Who's gonna be next? Somebody here?
Probably me.
As long as
Yeah.
they're working for
I'm
the
sorry.
community,
I'm
there's nobody.
sorry, somebody had the gumption to put these people on volunteer positions to be on board. They accepted it. And, you know, it's up to them to clean their own house. It should be up to us. I've been a manager for over 40 years, and I've had a lot of heated discussions. I got in some pretty ugly discussions with vice presidents. But we agreed to disagree on things. And first thing I didn't do was walk out and say, I want him fired, because he won't agree with
Did you
me.
just walk out, or, I mean, did you walk out, or
We
what?
never walked out.
Oh,
We stayed in and hashed it out and got it done. We agreed to disagree. But I didn't try and retaliate afterwards and get rid of somebody.
did you, well, that's what's going on at the light plant right now, but did you ever have somebody
You're
come
doing
in?
that to-
Did you
you're doing
ever
that to
have,
Leon.
did you ever have somebody come in and
No,
tell
we
you how
can't
to do
talk
your
about
job?
that.
What if Linda said something? Are you gonna want her to go away next?
No, I'm asking you, did you ever have a situation where you had somebody coming in and telling you how to do your job?
In 40 years, you bet.
Okay, and was that okay? You didn't
I
make you
did
feel
really
bad?